Okay, folks. In this episode, we tackled a question by Benson Fables. He asked if there's any chance of a little rundown video to the Omega Dynamic EQ, because Forgotten Clank's video is at 90 or 100% and looks way back. And Benson also said, I have no idea why he chose the scale of the reg for the tutorial. I've searched the video from Forgotten Clank, and problem with this is the video from Forgotten Clank is about 6 years old. This should be right before Reason got the option to scale. And if you have a massive or a bigger screen, like 4K or something, and don't use the upscale function, everything looks tiny, tiny, tiny. Yeah, we could do a quick rundown. First, we need some instrumental loops or drum loops or something. Doesn't really matter. Let's choose this. And we need the dynamic EQ here. Let's drag this amount down for a bit. First of all, we got that big screen. We got a frequency, a gain, and a Q, which corresponds to the normal EQ stuff, as well as this type screen here where we could click and choose if we want a low shelf or a high shelf or a peak. By using the monitor detection signal button here, we get the option to hear where our frequency is. So this is only to hear what we are putting into the Omega Dynamic EQ. And we also got a look ahead with about 50 milliseconds. So this should be plenty of room for a look ahead. Keep in mind, if you use this look ahead, your DSP will go a little bit up. So if you are already right around the reds here, you should not use this. But every device with look ahead has this, so this is no flaw at the reg extension. We got these two big axes here. We could click that little yellow button here. Same goes for here. What this allows us to is to get the detection from another range. So in this example, we would detect the lower mids and we would effect right about 2K here, 2.5K, and it's just act like a normal EQ this way. But we could dial up the amount, and as you see, as I drag this up, the red line goes back to normal. And every time the low mid is too prominent now, it will duck down on the high frequencies. So if we drag this a little more over here, and as you see, now it's only reacting to our kick drum. We could also choose the snare frequency. So this is pretty handy that you could unlock these two, but you don't need it in every instance. On the backside, we got that sidechain input, so we could trigger this by another signal, like every other sidechain function does. And we also could change our stereo mode here from maximum to monosum or stereo split. This will change a little bit of the behavior of the dynamic EQ, but for most of the signals, this isn't really necessary to play around with. But you could try this for yourself and see if it gets better or worse. Let's try this on something else. So let's remove this cable for a moment and reconnect our Dr. Octarex, and we choose some other elements. Maybe let's a radical piano, and it automatically reroutes to the Omega. Now we just need a new mixer channel and we're good to go. This time we take the parallel out of our drum loop and send it to the sidechain in of the Omega Dynamic EQ. We need to play something. So just something simple for you. So we only want the kick to duck down our signal. So we choose a smaller Q, take this to a low shelf, reduce the Q a little bit, and let's say everything beneath 300 of the piano will get ducked down if the kick hits. And if we solo it with a monitor detection signal, we hear there's a little bit of spill. So we could disable our auto mode. Set our threshold. So this now only reacts to our kick. We also could easily change this to react to the snare. Maybe. So this doesn't do much here, but I think you get the idea. We got a signal and we could control it via sidechain by another signal. We also could just use it to duck our harsh frequencies of the piano down if we want to. So we select the desired range where it should react and mellow it down like a simplified version of Seuss. I guess that's all for the Omega Dynamic EQ. It's a fun little tool. I use it very often and it's a great tool that does what it is supposed to. So I keep it in my inventory. That's everything I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please leave a like and a comment down below. If you aren't already, please hit subscribe. This helps the channel growth a lot and helps this channel alive. Have a great day. See you next time.